How you doing? This is Mike here. I wanted to explain to you what the gospel is. I don't know if you know what the gospel is. I'm sure you've heard that term before, gospel music. Gospel is Greek for the good news. And it's awesome. The good news is awesome. What it is that there is a God, and He loves you so much. So much, because that's who His character is. The Bible is clear and it says God is love. And that's who He is. He's love. He's the purest form of love that there is. Our darkness, our sin nature, the evil thoughts we have, judging other people, being married, looking at another woman and lusting for her, you're committing adultery in your heart. This is all sin nature that all of us as humans have. All of us. None of us are righteous. Not one of us. Righteous means like perfectly good. None of us are perfectly good. We all fall short. And what the gospel is God knew that because He created us. And He loves us so much that He came as a man, as Jesus Christ. He was born into the world. And He walked like we do through the world. And He suffered every temptation we do. He was tempted with lust. He was tempted with drunkenness. He was tempted with all the things that we're tempted with. Yet He never fell once. He didn't sin once. This was God's plan. This is the good news. So, He walked a perfect life. He never sinned. He was put to death because of who He claimed He was. His crime at the time was being the Son of God, the King of Kings. So He was crucified. He was, in the Old Testament, they would have different animal sacrifices to pay for the sins of the year. Jesus was the spotless lamb. He was the sacrifice for all of us. So He went to the cross. He was whipped, beaten, nailed to the cross, and His innocent blood was shed on the cross. When you put your faith into that sacrifice on the cross, the blood that was shed for you on the cross, God sees that you accepted the sacrifice of His Son, His only Son that He had, Jesus. And the blood of Christ over you cleanses you completely of all your sin, so that God can now fellowship with you. Now God can touch you because you're clean of all your sin. Even though you sin every day, the blood of Christ covers you, and that sin is completely forgiven. Past sins, present sins, and future sins. It's a gift from God, and all you have to do is believe. Believing is faith. When you put your faith in something, it becomes reality. Like this chair I'm sitting in, this here, I have faith that this chair is going to hold me up, so I'm sitting in it. That's how faith works. When you put your faith in Christ, in Jesus, and what He did for you on the cross, that faith ignites your forgiveness, your cleanness, and God can now fellowship with you because all your darkness is taken away through the blood of Christ, and you can finally feel, here's God, here's you covered in Christ. You get to feel His presence, and He saves you. And it changes you. You all of a sudden have His nature in you, and you walk in that love. You've seen a lot of Christians fall, a lot that are hypocrites, a lot telling you got to do this and do that, you got to walk this way and you got to walk that way. That is, we do want to walk in a good way, but that's not how it is. What it is God comes into you and loves you, and you're able to walk in love towards people, even those that hurt you, those that say bad things against you, those that hate your family, that say things. You can get rid of yourself and let the Spirit of God within you come out and love on those people, just like He loved us so much that He gave His only Son for us. That's the good news, is that you can be completely forgiven of all your sin from now till the time you depart to go to be in heaven. And that's only through faith in Jesus Christ. It's awesome.